one night while driving home, I stopped to use a roadside phone to call my hubby and tell him I was headed back. When somewhere out of that mist and fog came a big deer running from a pack of dogs, and that deer ran right into the side of my Cadillac. Well, it cracked like thunder when he banged his head, and the deer fell over, and I thought he was dead, and it spooked the dogs, and they ran off back in the woods. So I picked up that deer by his feet and laid him out real neat in my back seat. I'm thinking some venison stew might taste real good. Yeah, that had to look real good up on the wall with those big antlers and all. Well, I started to put in my car and drive when, son of a gun, he came alive, kicking and snorting in the back of my Cadillac. Breaking windows and smashing doors. I'm not going to say what he did on the floor, and then he jumped a seat and stomped up and down my back. Well, I was just trying to stay alive, so I jumped out and left the deer inside, ran to the phone so I could call 911. And then I heard a noise and I froze in my tracks. Sounded like those dogs might be coming back. And I looked up and sure enough, here they come. Leading that pack was a big old hound with his ears a-flopping and his nose to the ground. And I knew he wouldn't like me stealing his deer. Now that deer had his antlers up through the sunroof, and I'm climbing up the telephone booth when that dog jumped up and bit me on the rear. Help, give me the police, thank God for 911. Somebody get on out here quick and be sure to bring your gun. Hound dogs nipping at my heels and Bambi's wrecking my coop to bill. Help, give me the police, thank God for 911. Well, those hounds held us both at bay till the police came and chased them away. And then they said, buddy, you can drop that phone and come on down. We can't think of any rhyme or reason for you having that deer because it's out of season. I think we all better go see the judge back in town. Oh, no. Well, you see, Your Honor, I'd like to mention that deer was in bad need of medical attention, and would you believe I was taking him to the vet? He said 30 days and you do it again, and I'll lock you up till Lord knows when and teach you a lesson you will never forget. Now my Cadillac's a total wreck. I got hoof prints all over my back and dog bites on my toes and up my shins. Yeah, my hubby's run off, my job is gone, and I'm here at a jailhouse all alone, and I know one thing I will never say again. Help, give me the police, thank God for 911. Somebody get on out here quick and be sure to bring your gun. Hound dogs are nipping at my heels and Bambi's wrecking my coupe de ville. Help, give me the police, thank God for 911. I tell you one thing, from now on, roadkill is off my menu. At least from now on, I'm going to make sure it's dead, not just playing possum. Venison stew. I'll take chicken noodle soup any day. Barbecue's good too, and sausage. Hey, Jimmy Dean is my hero.
Oh, I don't know. It might be to you. I'm not sure it is to Debbie.
The name of this song is The Wildwood Flower. Now, The Wildwood Flower is an old country classic. It's gained a whole new popularity. Song ain't more popular, but the flowers do it real good. Wow. staying with the wildwood weeds. One day this fella from Washington come by, spied one and turned white as a sheet. And they dug and they burned and they burned and they dug and they killed all our cute little weeds. Then they drove away. We just smiled and waved, sitting there on that sack of seeds. Y'all come back now.
Achtung! Jetzt singen Sie sauerliche Geschichten. Das Schweinsbocken und die liebe Red Baron.
After the turn of the century, in the clear blue skies over Germany, came a roaring thunder I never heard, like the screaming sound of a big war bird. Up in the sky, a man in a plane, wearing long hood, top and glossy skin. 80 men tried, and 80 men died, never dared to gather on the countryside. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 or more, the bloody Red Baron was rolled on the score. 80 men died trying to win that spree of the bloody Red Baron of Germany. In the nick of time, a hero arose, a funny-looking dog with a big black nose. He flew into the sky to seek revenge, but the parents shot him down.
Christmas, what did they get?
10, 20, 30, 40, 50 or more, the bloody Red Baron was rolling the score. 80 men died trying to win that spree of the bloody Red Baron of Germany. Now Snoopy had swore that he'd get that